Happy SHINee day in Korea, not here. Hey guys, it's V. Welcome back and welcome to the cleverly named Bistro de V. We had Bistro de SHINee yesterday and today we have Bistro de V, so welcome. As I just said, today is SHINee's 13th anniversary in Korea. It's still the 24th here, but it's 12 a.m. in Korea. So in order to celebrate, I decided I would bake some SHINee colored cupcakes and just kind of answer some questions that some of my friends have asked and some of you have asked about SHINee for me to answer. So I decided, why not do those together? I thought it would be really fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna bake, gonna chat about SHINee, and it's gonna be a good time. Now, I can't eat gluten, and the only time I've tried to bake something gluten-free, it was a disaster. So I did get some gluten-free cake mix to keep this from being terrible, and hopefully will spare my taste buds. I have the questions on my phone and we'll just get on with it. I also wanted to use my Pearl Aqua hand mixer, but unfortunately there's no outlet around here where that will reach for me to be able to do that. So I have a good old whisk here. Alright, so the first question I have is the typical when/how did you find SHINee? Now this is a fun story that I love to tell, and I first found SHINee in 2012. I believe it was July of 2012. I don't have a specific date, I'm very sad about it. But basically at the time, I was obsessed with the German band, needed scissors, with the German band Cinema Bizarre. And this group has the original song Forever and Ever. One day I was listening to it and I noticed in the comments of the YouTube video that someone said that the SHINee version of the song was better. And I was like, what's SHINee? So little me searches up Forever and Ever by SHINee on YouTube and I listened to the song. I can find the exact YouTube video that I watched. It's still up. I listened to it and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. I didn't know what K-pop was, and yeah, after that it was just amazing. The reason why I listened to Cinema Bizarre was because of Tokyo Hotel, which was the first group I was really into, and somehow I found a post talking about both of them, which got me into Cinema Bizarre. Cinema Bizarre got me into like Visual K and Japanese rock, and somehow also found me SHINee, so it was just like a crazy time in my life. But yeah, so that is how I found them. Didn't know what standing was back then. Standing wasn't even a thing in 2012. That's pretty new. Wasn't on Twitter, wasn't really on social media at all. I was 12, so yeah, that's just how I found them, and it kind of just progressed from there. They weren't like the center of my universe at that point, but over time they just kind of became more and more part of my life. And the next question was, what was your first SHINee song? So obviously Forever and Ever was. I still like this song, don't listen to it that much, but it has a special place in my heart. Also, I'm gonna preheat the oven because I am talking too much. Anyways, yeah, first MV. Now this is actually kind of a difficult question because I don't really remember. But yeah, I don't really remember my first MV because I'm kind of the person where when I get into a group, I kind of just go on like a binging spree of watching all their stuff. So honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it was probably like Sherlock or Juliet, just because those were already out at the time. I think Sherlock was probably the newest MV out at the time, so maybe it was Sherlock, but not entirely sure. The next question is first comeback. So I always said it was Dream Girl, which is true, but I realized that Sennen Zuto Sobani Ite came out, but the music video for that came out in December, which is really early for the album it was on. So that was kind of my first MV release, but I wouldn't call that a comeback, so I think Dream Girl was my first actual like comeback. Again, I don't really remember much about this time. I was listening to a lot of different kinds of music, so it was just kind of another part of that. But yeah, Dream Girl, super fun, still love that song a lot, love the music video. First and current bias. So my first bias, and who still technically now still is my bias, is Junghyun. But I think over the years, every member of SHINee is truly my bias. I'm definitely OT5 forever. Each member has specific charms and just reasons why they're amazing, and I don't think I could truly be like, I have a favorite member. Started off with Junghyun, who I thought was the leader when I first started listening to them. I don't know why I thought he was the leader. I thought Mino was older than he was. And why are they your bias? So I guess I'll just talk about Junghyun now, just kind of Obviously, I mentioned every member of SHINee. It's amazing. But Junghyun, for me, I think first it was his voice. His voice has always been so powerful and really stood out to me when I started listening to them. And then I obviously thought he was cute. He looks like a puppy, like what's not to love. And also just his personality, I find we're quite similar in the fact that like he's usually quite quiet and reserved, but he's also like freaking chaotic as heck when he wanted to be. And I definitely relate to that. And he's also just very thoughtful, and we definitely saw that on Blue Night a lot. Just such a genius, always had really good advice for people, had a really just calming presence. And I don't know, I think especially through Blue Night, I feel like I really got to know him more as a person apart from just being an artist. And along with that, his music also just touches me so much. The way that he writes lyrics and his songs are just so powerful and so beautiful. They're just on a whole other level for me, and I think everything combined is just the reason why I love him so much. As for the other members, what's not to like? They all have such great personalities. They have such great chemistry together as a team. I love them all so much. We're not gonna get into that if I talked about what I loved. I'll do a little like lightning round. Taemin, hilarious, annoying, evil maknae, beautiful voice. He is just a freaking diva. He's hilarious, but he's also so strong and so caring towards the other members, and I really admire that. Jinki's just, again, really strong, a great leader, always there for everyone. Mino's just, again, they're all just, I guess you couldn't really talk about SHINee without like just talking about how strong they are. And Mino, I love his competitive spirit, and I just love how chaotic Key and Mino are when they're together. Their little rivalry is just hilarious. I love them. And again, together they're just the perfect group. They all get along really well, and you can just tell how much they love each other and how much they care for each other. Moving right along. Favorite album. I did talk about this a bit in my tier ranking video. My favorite album is Lucifer. It's very nostalgic for me. I love that time period of like my life. That album was out when I first found them, so that was like a big one. And I don't know, I just love the feeling it gives me. It's very nostalgic. I just love all the songs on there. They're all really good. Obsession is my favorite song. That's literally the next question. Obsession is my favorite song. I just love the lyrics. I love the sound of it. I love everything about it. Junghyun wrote it. It gives me chills still to this day, and I think it is such a fantastic song, so I'm a fan. But yeah, Lucifer just, I don't know, I think I listened to that a lot when I was younger, so it just fills me with feelings. All right, next question. Favorite comeback. The first comeback that I really truly remember was Odd. And I think that was my favorite. I think I'm gonna say Odd was my favorite comeback. I just love the very summery theme. Yeah, everything just worked well, and I liked it a lot. And yeah, the whole vibes are good. Good vibes from that album, and yeah, I think that's my favorite one. I love the feeling the whole album gives off. But yeah, View is awesome. The music video is really fun too. It's so hard to talk and do this at the same time. My brain is everywhere right now. I also love all the looks in Odd. I think they're really great. I love Taemin's purple hair. Junghyun had purple hair for a second there. And again, I don't think they have any bad comebacks. Everything's always just so fun and well done. Favorite MV. This is probably completely random, but I think my favorite MV is Lucky Star, even though it's not even a full MV. It's just so cute and so fun and puts me in a good mood. And it's just bright and colorful, and I wish they had done a full MV for it, but it's okay. I will live with my half MV. And if you haven't seen that, because I feel like some of the Japanese MVs kind of get slept on, but it's very cute and I highly suggest you watch it. Honestly though, any SHINee MV is awesome. I love the ones that are just super upbeat and put me in a good mood. All right, first batch is done. How long do these have to bake for? 21 to 24 minutes. I'm gonna have to take a break between these batches, guys. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in the oven and then I'll come back when these are done to fill in the next one. See you in 1 second. All right, batch one is done. They look cute. Okay. They're done. I was Googling and it said to let cupcakes cool for an hour before icing them. It's gonna take me all day. I'm surprised how much they rose considering they don't have gluten in them. Yeah, second batch definitely looks better. These are the first ones, these are the second ones. Yay! So while these cool, I guess I will color the icing and answer more questions. I decided a better question to ask would probably be my top 5 songs and my top 5 albums. I feel like top 5 albums is too much though. Top 5 songs. That is actually a harder question than I thought it was gonna be. Let me think. Obsession. Celine 623. Symptoms. I need to like look through all of their songs now. Top 5 songs. And I feel like my top 5, other than like a few of them, like Celine 623, Obsession, and Symptoms, I feel like those stay the same, but the other ones could honestly just depend on a lot of things. We'll say Tell Me What to Do and The Reason. We're gonna go with those 5 today. Top 5 Japanese songs though: Diamond Sky, Winter Wonderland, Melody. These are all from 5. I think Zennen Sobanite, because that was like my first music video that came out and I love that song. I want to say Kimi no Seide as well. There's too many good ones. I also really like I'm With You. A lot of songs from DDD are really fun. Too many good songs. But I think my favorite Japanese SHINee song is, I forgot to mention Get the Treasure. 5 is probably my favorite Japanese album. We'll just go with that because it's beautiful. It's so good. It's like a lot of fun tracks, a lot of sad tracks. And I actually have the deluxe version of the album and I love all the videos on it. The making of Get the Treasure. It's a good one. Favorite choreography. I think Everybody, some of the coolest choreography, but isn't my favorite. Get the Treasure has really cool choreography as well. I think View has some of the coolest choreography too. It's really interesting. Honestly, as much as I don't really like the song Don't Call Me, the choreography is really good for that too. I'm just gonna say View for favorite choreography because it's the one that stands out the most to me, and I think the one that I've learned the most of just by watching them do it so much. Favorite era? Between 2010 and 2013. It's a good time. Hello Baby era, like One Fine Day, all of that was also during that time, and I think that's why I love it, because there was so much content for those years. Okay, now we're getting into questions that are like less music focused. Funniest SHINee moment. I don't know if I can find the video for this, I'll see if I can, but there's a video of them playing some like game with their hands during an awards show and they're not paying attention at all, and then all of a sudden their name gets called for an award and they just like stand up and are like, oh my gosh, what did we win? And it's actually hilarious. It's great. That's probably one of the funniest moments. Key running out of the studio during Weekly Idol. Junghyun like about to fight the one host on Weekly Idol. Them prank calling Key during the One of One V Live. Taemin breaking everything. Honestly, comedians, they're so funny. On this box of food coloring I bought, it actually says how to make colors. So it says to make seafoam green, which I'm gonna assume is the closest we will get to pearl aqua. It says 2 blue and 1 yellow. So let's try that out. Next question I have here is, what makes SHINee stand out to you compared to other groups? This is actually a very good question, because I guess it's always like, what is the reason that you're alt group? I think for me, SHINee stands out of how unique they are. Every single concept, every single album is so different. They're constantly trying new genres, which is why it's like, what even constitutes a SHINee album? Everything is always new, and you can't even expect anything from an album because you know it's going to be unlike anything they've ever done before. So they're always keeping us on our toes. They succeed no matter what concept they do. And I think it's just like, again, knowing that they've been around for so long and are still so popular is a testament to that as well. They're always doing things differently from other groups and always coming up with new things, and yeah, that's truly the SHINee style, is like being weird, I guess. And I think their music to me too is, it stands out to me. Like I have never found a group whose music I love this much, because everything is so different. You never get bored, or at least I never get bored, because it's always something new and exciting. And also their personalities, I think they've always been so real with us, and I really appreciate that. especially as I was mentioning earlier, Junghyun on Blue Night was always so open about himself and his struggles, and even Taemin now and Key talking about Junghyun now and being like, I don't want to have to like suppress what I'm feeling. I want to talk about him. Oh, I don't want to feel bad for wanting to talk about him, and they really shouldn't. And Taemin being super real on that one V Live, and I think he was crying. They truly let us know how they're feeling, and it makes them feel so much more human, and yeah, less like idols and more like people that we know more personally. And I mean, other groups may be like this too, but I don't follow enough groups to really know. But I believe that they're just some of the most open and lovely people in the industry. So I'm very grateful for that, because a lot of the times I think, especially in North American music, you kind of feel like a little bit of a disconnect from artists. With SHINee, they've just always been so open. You feel more of a personal connection with them. Look at this color, so pretty. I think I'm gonna stick with that. I don't want to add too much or else it'll become too dark. So anyways, for me to really want to stay in a group, that's what it really comes down to, is not just music, but everything. You know, how they are as a team, their personalities, all of that. I mean, it's a little bit of both. Sometimes I'll still listen to music if I don't really care that much for the members. And sometimes I'll want to get into a group because the members are awesome. So yeah, it honestly depends, but SHINee's kind of everything for me. Again, growing up with them too makes it different, because I've seen them grow up and I've grown up with them, that they just kind of feel like a part of me and a part of my childhood and now my adulthood. Okay, I will be back in about maybe 20 minutes, aka 1 second, and we will decorate these. All right, we're back. So the second batch is still like slightly warm, so we're gonna go with the first batch first and hope that it all works out. Also, I didn't realize that Superstar was already released on Spotify like 14 hours ago. I'm jamming, so good. All right, so the next question on my list here while I decorate these cupcakes is, what song would you recommend everyone to listen to? That's a hard question too. I think that I would go with Replay, because that is, as I've said, the best debut song of all time. And I think it's still really good now, and I think it'll always be good, and it's a good place to be like, this is SHINee's beginning. Other than that, too hard. I'm just gonna say Replay. So if you've never listened to SHINee before this video, thank you for lasting this long. Wow. Listen to Replay. But yeah, Replay is just, again, a testament to how amazing they were even when they first started out. I still love that song 13 years later. Okay, that is really pretty. Since SHINee's logo is like diamonds, I think that's really cute and perfect. For people who are also new to SHINee or not new to SHINee, go listen to Superstar. It just came out. Their Japanese music is always so fun and upbeat. I love it so much. Okay, and the last question I have is, how has SHINee impacted your life? And this is gonna be a long answer because they've impacted me in a lot of ways. I think K-pop in general has impacted me in a lot of ways. After 2017, I didn't listen to K-pop much because it was just too hard for me. And BTS got me back into K-pop and reminded me like why I loved it, and that's kind of how I like fully started listening to SHINee again, and I'm very grateful for that. I just wanted to mention that because along with SHINee, other groups have also impacted me a lot, and I'm thankful for that. But overall, SHINee has just been there for me basically my entire life. I think when I found SHINee was kind of when I was really starting to get into music and discovering music that I really liked and finding myself a little bit. And with SHINee, like being so dynamic and changing so much, it kind of just taught me to just do whatever I want to do and not focus as much on what other people are doing. Because if SHINee did that, it'd be like any other group to me probably. They wouldn't be as unique. They were just trying to stick with whatever's popular right now. And that's another reason, a little side tangent of why I don't really dig American music that much, is that a lot of it just sounds the same. Some K-pop music sounds the same as well, but SHINee music is very unique and just sticks out to me. I think starting to listen to K-pop and Japanese music at a young age really kind of shaped who I am, because I still like those things, and I'm glad I found them, because I was always trying so hard to be like my peers and trying to fit in and, you know, be like everyone else, but I was always seen as weird. But it was when I found music that I kind of found an escape in a sense, especially it being something that only I was into at the time. No one I knew listened to the music that I listened to, and it kind of made me feel like it was like my own personal thing and my escape from my daily life that I was not too happy with. And especially with K-pop, you get so much content apart from the music that there's a lot to do and a lot to just immerse yourself in. And I'm thankful for music, especially SHINee, for giving me that comfort I needed when I was growing up, and just showing me that there is more out there than just what was popular at the time in my country. And the groups I listened to at this point really got me interested in fashion. I worked on my confidence of wearing what I wanted to, which was still a big struggle a lot, especially through high school. High school sucks, man. But it was always just there, like an inspiration to do what I wanted to do and just to be different, and know that being different isn't a bad thing. So yeah, I think apart from that, they really taught me just to be myself and not to focus too much on what those around me are doing. And then also just served as a source of comfort and happiness for me growing up and continuing now, as well as giving me good music and getting me into music that I probably would never have gotten into if it wasn't for them. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And apart from myself personally, SHINee has also given me so many amazing friends that I met online and in person that I never would have met without them. I think Stan Twitter can be very toxic and very problematic sometimes, but other times you make amazing friends and meet amazing people on there. Especially if I found on Shallow Twitter that people are just so nice. One of my mutuals, I still interact with her a lot. She helped me set up my first ever giveaway because I wasn't really sure what I was doing, and she was like, hey, like DM me, I'll help you out and I'll like help spread the word, all this stuff. It was just so nice of her. Someone who I had never really talked to before, but because we had this common love for SHINee, she was so willing to help me out, and she's just such a sweet and kind person, and I really am happy that I met her. And then also my friend Natasha, shout out to you, I know you're watching, I love you. I met through Army Salka Day, but she also loves SHINee. And also my friend Jenny, who I've mentioned a lot. Seriously, Natasha and Jenny, you are some of the greatest people I've ever met. Thank you so much for everything. Again, I'm so glad for this fandom, for bringing us together. And then also Sarah, shout out to you. Thank you for reaching out to me from watching my videos. I'm so glad we met. Again, I'm just grateful for the friendships that I've made through loving SHINee. It's amazing to find people who have similar interests to you and that you connect with so well. Apart from just liking SHINee, like that's what brought us together, but then with all my friends that I've met, we have so much more in common. I've met amazing people in person as well who like K-pop, and that's kind of what got us talking and what brought us together. So honestly, how has SHINee shaped or changed my life? Literally in every aspect, and I'm just incredibly grateful for the happiness and the comfort and the relationships that I've gotten through this. And it's crazy because you start liking a group and there's no way to know like how big of an impact they're gonna have on you. So I'm just eternally grateful for little baby me being interested in music and then finding a group. Just the sheer coincidence of SM buying the rights to Forever and Ever and having, they could have been like EXO cover this or Super Junior, you know, they could have had anyone cover that song, but they had SHINee do it. And also just that song in general is so random. I don't know who thought, hey, let's buy the rights to this song by these German people and have SHINee sing it. Like, whoever did that, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It still blows my mind to this day that that happened. And people don't really understand most of the time, like, oh, why is K-pop such a big part of your life? Why are you so obsessed with it? And the answer to that is everything that I just said. It's not just music for me, it's a community, truly, and just an experience to share with people. And I guess SHINee was also kind of the reason why I started this channel. I wanted to just have an outlet to talk about them more and to connect with more people. So if you're here because of SHINee, thank you for watching. I hope my videos are interesting. I just, you know, when you love something so much, you want to spread that joy, spread the love and happiness. Because if SHINee can do all of this for me, hopefully there will be someone maybe who discovers SHINee through my videos and, you know, gets something similar out of them that I have. Oh, one other thing that I wanted to touch upon. I started learning Korean because of SHINee, and now, you know, I'm gonna go study abroad in Korea. I never would have thought that that would have happened. Honestly, K-pop in general, their work ethic and determination just inspires me to work hard at whatever I'm doing and to try my best. So they truly inspire me in every aspect of my life. For example, I love to sing. I've never really been super good at it or anything, but it's been a passion of mine. And knowing that Taemin was once told that he was never going to be a singer, his voice wasn't good enough, and to just see where he is now and all the hard work he put in to get here is so inspiring. So yeah, I think they inspire me to be the best version of myself and just to give everything my all and to do my best. So you never know what can happen. I think the cupcakes are done. Beautiful. I'll do a little close-up. They turned out really pretty. The color is so bright and perfect, I think. I love how they turned out. Hopefully they taste good. Alright, let's see if these are good. I'm gonna pick a pretty one. Of course, have a blue candle. It's like, should we play replay? Okay. And light our candle. Take a picture. And my wish on this SHINee day is for the members to stay happy and healthy, and I hope that they will continue to make amazing music for years to come. But honestly, their health and happiness is the most important. Yay! Surprisingly fluffy for being gluten-free. Success! These are really good. This has been really fun. I'm happy I did this. I'm happy I got to talk about SHINee and happy that I got to bake. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an amazing SHINee day. Let me know if you do anything exciting on debut anniversaries. And regardless of what you're doing, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. Bye.